welcome back. My name is Tisha and I make travel content, and I am going to show you everything that I have bought from Florida. It is a lot of stuff. I think I have tried to separate it in categories of shops. So I think I've separated it into Bath and Body Works, Guess, Adidas, Coach, Disney, and then my last big one would be Walmart. And even the Walmart one I separated into food and toiletries. So I'm going to start with whatever's in my first section here. I think I'll leave the Walmart stuff till last because there is so much of it. I didn't realize I had gone a bit crazy. And then actually the last category, one of the categories I'll make is just pins. And that will be from both Disney and from Universal, just because I bought so many pins. That was not my intention. But yeah, we will start off with Bath and Body Works just because it is my smallest one. So I bought a couple of bits from Bath and Body Works. Now I went into the outlet and there wasn't as many deals. So I picked up, and I've got tape around these simply because I didn't want anything to leak out on my way back. But so I've got the hand sanitizers. So I think the deal was $10 for 6 of them. So I got 3 for myself and 3 for my friend who likes using these. So I've got the Jasmine Cherry Blossom, I think it's called. Yeah, Jasmine Cherry Blossom, which smells really nice. And then I don't know if, I mean, everyone would have seen this, but they brought out a Disney collection and I picked up a Jasmine, which smelled really good. Don't know how well you can see that. And I picked up a Tiana just because it's Tiana. But I do like the smell of it. I actually prefer the smell of the hand sanitizer than anything else that she had. But there wasn't a lot of stock, and I think I show it in one of the videos that there wasn't lots left of the Tiana stuff in the first place. When I spoke to one of the women that worked in the store, she explained that the accessories had pretty much sold out. So the accessories would have been the charm that holds these and the plug-in, the air freshener plug-in. They had pretty much sold out. I don't remember if there was any more accessories. And the only thing, I think, the one in the outlet only had the shower gel left. The body spray had gone. Had the creams gone? I think the creams had gone. It was literally just these that I could find, but that's fine. I think I've spent so much, I don't think I would have got it back in my suitcase, but I did get 3 of these for myself. And then the other thing I picked up was 3 sprays and a cream, hand cream. And again, this was on a deal for, I want to say buy 3, get the 4th one half price, or buy 3 and get the 4th one free. I can't really remember, but I've got the sets of the 𝐕𝐈𝐃 beach coconut, which smells really good. I think they've actually redone the packaging because I'm sure I have something like this that I bought here in the sales. And then I've got the 1,000 Wishes and Into the Night spray. I don't have the big sprays of these, but I like using the small ones simply because I put them in my work bag. And it means I just don't have to take the big ones. And then the last thing I've got from there, which I didn't buy this from the outlet, I bought this from the store in one of the malls that we've gone to. So the Mall of Millennia. And I've mentioned before what my job is, but it's one of the charms that hold the hand sanitizers, and it's a nurse's uniform with a stethoscope, and then it also has a little place for me to put my badge, which I thought was really cute. So that was all the stuff that I had got from Bath and Body Works. I didn't spend a lot in there. There wasn't a lot that I wanted, but by the time that I'd even got to visit the store, by this point, I'd bought so much that I actually don't think I had space in my suitcase. So I think this one actually went into my mum's suitcase as she had a lot less space. So the next brand I'm going to talk about is Guess. So I did go into Guess, and I usually do when I go there. I always find something to pick up, and it's usually the jewellery. I did get a rucksack. Now, I didn't buy this from Guess itself. I had bought this from, I want to say Ross Dress for Less. And it was probably the last Ross, probably the day before I'd even flown back, that I was able to get this. And it was just because I needed a new bag for work. I've been using a Longchamp bag. If anybody knows the main standard ones, the big large ones that just go on your shoulder. But I'm noticing that carrying my uniform, my lunch, my water bottle, everything else, it was a big struggle for me because it was just weighing down my shoulders. So I needed something that was gonna help me get all my stuff to work. So I've got this rucksack. It's actually quite nice. It's very plain, very simple, but it's padded. It's almost like a scuba material, and it's got loads of compartments. So it's got a compartment at the back, and even that has, I don't know how well you can see it because it's all black, but it has multiple compartments in this back bit, which will be good for my uniform. And then you've got the main compartment in the middle, and again, that will probably take my lunch. And then it's got pockets at the side. It's got pockets on either side. And I did have to use this bag in the end as my hand luggage, the under seat bag, sorry, because my lounge flight just wasn't going to fit everything. And I don't think I would have fit this one in my suitcase. So my lounge flight ended up going into my hand luggage, and I ended up using this as my handbag in the end. But it just has loads of compartments. It has a compartment at the front, and even came with a little purse as well. And then I'll put this up here. And then from Guess in the outlet itself, so originally I seen these two bracelets. So I've actually got this one already in gold. And this time I found it in silver as I started wearing more silver jewelry. I feel like these were on an offer, and I can't remember what the offer was anymore. But basically I bought one and got one for free. And then I saw this one, and I quite liked it. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's just simple little bracelets. I originally said to my mum, oh, which one should I get? And she just looked at me and I went, okay, I guess I'll be getting both of them. But it worked out because I didn't pay, I think that here it says $14.99 each, but I didn't pay that. I think I ended up paying something along those lines, but for both of them. And then the other thing I got was this handbag. Again, it was not my plan to buy another handbag. I feel like I can't remember how much I had paid for this, but it's a really cute handbag. It's furry on the sides here. And then the inside, I actually didn't look at the inside of this bag. I just saw it and loved it and picked it up and got it, which I didn't realize it was also a crossbody bag. So I've only just seen that it's got a chain in there. So you can hold it as a normal handbag, and it has got a crossbody chain. But again, like I said, I didn't look in the bag itself. I just kind of saw it, liked it, bought it, and which is what I usually do. But that was all I bought from Guess. So it wasn't a lot, but that is exactly what I bought from Guess. I'll try and see if I can find the price of how much I paid for everything together from Guess. The rucksack, so this one, I had paid, I want to say this worked out to be $40, including tax, for this rucksack. So it worked out about 30 something pounds. But I will try and see if I can find the price of the bag and the bracelets together and let you guys know. So I couldn't find the price of what I paid for the Guess stuff. I tried to look for my transactions and it doesn't say anything about a Guess shop. So I'm sorry, I actually can't tell you how much I paid for any of that. And I don't think I have the receipts anymore. A lot of them, I think I had so many receipts, I ended up throwing them away before I even left the hotel and just got rid of them all. But the next brand we're going to show is Coach. So again, I got a Coach phone case, which is this phone case right here. I've already put it on my phone, but basically I did not get this from Coach. I got this from Marshalls. So you can see it there. So I got this from Marshalls and I paid $19.99, and that was before tax. I don't remember how much it was with tax. I feel like it worked out to be something like £15 in general, but I'd got this phone case. It's very pretty, very nice. And it also matches my screen, which is a picture of Epcot. But then I gone into the actual Coach store, and this is where sometimes I can do a lot of damage. So I needed a handbag, and before I left the UK, I had actually used a VPN to go onto Coach's website to see what handbags they might have. And sometimes I do this so that it stops me from picking up so many bags and buying so many bags that I just don't need. Now, my main thing is that I wanted a bag that I could use for going out, and that looked quite nice, and I could use it in multiple ways. And I found just that. So I had a couple of options of different handbags, and I, in the end, had gone for this cute little bag here. So it's got multiple compartments. It's got about, I want to say it has 4 compartments in total. So it has a little front pocket here, has a little zip pocket right here, and then it's got 2 more extra pockets there, and it's kind of got like a little tiny pocket, I guess, if you were to put a card or anything on the inside right here. But it's like a nice suede material. Actually, I've just noticed it has another pocket right at the back of the bag. It's one of their standard coloured pattern designs. I actually have a larger bag which I bought from Coach last time I went on a trip. I have the larger bag of this, not of this one, but I have the larger bag that looks very similar to the standard Louis Vuitton one, but I have an exact same colourway. And I also have a smaller version of the other bag, which is a similar pattern and colourway of this. But what I did like about this is that I could have it as a crossbody, and I could also have it as a shoulder bag. There are other ways to do this. I think the lady in the shop showed me 4 different ways to do this, but I can't remember the other 2. But this is what I needed, this is what I wanted, and I'm glad that I got it. And then I have a bad habit of picking up purses. So I actually bought a purse from Coach last time, but it was rather large, and now I don't even carry it to work, which is really bad. But I have picked up 2 different variations of purses, or not purses, more like card holders. So I've got your standard card holder here. I probably should have said the price of this bag actually before I got into those. The price of this bag I think worked out to be $149 before tax. Because I spent quite a bit in one go. This card holder I actually bought the second time I'd gone to Coach. So I think I bought this one from the other outlet rather than the first one I'd gone to. But it's just a standard card holder, has the silver embellishment on there, and it's just a slight different colorway. So it's like your creamy colored here with a darker tone of, I want to call it taupe. But it's just a standard card holder, and sometimes I like going out with just a card holder. There are those times where I do like going abroad, for example, and I need somewhere to put some cash, but I also want to bring my cards. And this is where I came into this one. I think I paid $30 something for this, and same with this. Oh, same with this one. I paid $30 or just a little bit more before tax. And this one's got the gold embellishment, and I've also got a very similar colorway, where you can see they're both cream, but then this one is a lighter shade of cream. But it also comes with like the zip, like I said, with the zip compartment, and it's just so that I can, when I go on holiday, I've got cash and my cards, but I'm not carrying something bulky, which, so for example, my original purse is this one, which, as you can see, very bulky. It has a coin bit and it opens out. It's very bulky. I don't tend to carry this very often, but it is the same colorway as what I was saying about the bag that I have bought. They have ever so slightly changed the design. I thought this was a mark. I don't think you'll see it very well, but there's like a lighter bit here. Now, I originally thought this was a mark. Turns out it's not. It actually says Coach. So it is very different from the original colorway that I have, which is just this, and it doesn't have the little Coach written in the inside. But yeah, that is all that I have bought from Coach. And I think I spent originally, the first shop, I think I spent maybe $200. It worked out about 170 something, 170 pounds, I think, maybe a little bit more. And then, like I said, I bought this one, which then worked out about 20 pounds. So that was all I bought from Coach. So the next brand that I'm going to start with is probably Adidas. I went to 2 different Adidas. So the first time I went, I had picked up 3 items. So I had picked up a t-shirt. So it's just a standard, I don't know how well you can see this, but a standard plain green t-shirt. It hasn't got anything other than the small Adidas embossed print on the front here. So not overly in your face, but I like the colour. I think this, it says $16.97 here, but I think it was an extra 50% off. So it worked out to be like, I think this one worked out to be $8 or maybe 10. I can't remember. There was a discount on this one, and then I got another tee here. Maybe this one was $10 actually. I think this one worked out to be 8. Again, I don't think I kept the receipts for any of these, but then I've got this t-shirt as well. It's got a little Adidas embossed print here, and then on the back half of it, it's almost like a croc print there. And so I'm just trying to work out that you can see it in the camera, but it's got like a little croc print on the back of the t-shirt there. And I think this one was the $10 one because it was 19.97. I think it was half price. And then the last thing that I got was this Adidas zip up, and I quite like wearing these. I've had a few of them when I was a lot younger. I'd probably say my mum has a lot more than I do, but this was 29.97, and I think I got it for even less than that because I think this was also half price, an additional 50% off. So I've got that. And then the second trip I made, which was in the other outlet, I had bought these trousers. They're like cargo pants, but woven material, I think they called it. And just a simple trousers. They cuff at the bottom. I actually saw something like this on ASOS and held off on buying it because it was full price still. Here it says $70, but I didn't pay $70 for it. I think I paid something along the lines of $20 for it. But yeah, that was pretty much all I bought from Adidas. They've got pockets on the side, but I just like wearing things like these. I like my trousers to be quite baggy. I can't do skinny jeans or anything that's too tight. It just absolutely irritates my leg. But that was all I had bought from Adidas. So yeah, we're going to start the next brand. So the next brand we're starting is Five and Below. I've got a few bits in here for myself. So one thing I did buy, which I have already opened, was this Funko Pop. It's like a mini one with the princesses in the snow globe. So I have got, obviously, Princess Tiana, but you can get Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, and Tiana. So I have picked up Tiana for myself. It's very cute. It's very dinky. And like I said, I have opened this already, so I saw what it looked like. I didn't take it out of the packaging, but it's just a snow globe with Princess Tiana in the middle, which is really cute. And just to add to my little Disney collection that I have going on here. What else did I buy from there? And then I had bought, okay, so I like using press-on nails simply because of my job. It means if I get acrylics done and I'm on annual leave, I'm usually on annual leave for about a week at a time. Very rarely am I on a 2-week annual leave or more. So press-on nails sometimes are like the best option for me. But I picked up these and they are from Five and Below. But I just absolutely love the colour. They're almost like the metallic-y cat eye type of nail polish. Like what you would use if you were using the nail polish and used the magnet to give yourself the pattern. So I picked up that. And then I have a thing for Kuromi. If you know anything about Hello Kitty, Kuromi is one of the other friends. And I don't know if in one of the videos you would have seen my water bottles, but I do have a water bottle with Kuromi on it. But I thought this was really cute to hang off my water bottle. It's like almost like a little ice cream. You've got a stick at the bottom. But it's very cute. And then they had these flavours of Pocky? I don't know how you pronounce it. But they had strawberry cream flavoured biscuits. And I picked that up in there. So that was one of the flavours I picked up in there. And then the last thing I got was this t-shirt. Now, I absolutely love, if anybody remembers old school Disney, like 2004, anybody would remember either the Cheetah Girls or That's So Raven. But they had this t-shirt in there and I could not leave it behind. I absolutely love That's So Raven. And actually, funny enough, I was in one of the shops and someone goes, "Oh my God, you look like that girl from That's So Raven." And I was like, I remember getting that a lot at school as a kid. But yeah, I absolutely love her. I still watch her till this day on Disney. Is it Disney Plus that they have her on? And even her new show, I think Raven's Home, I think it's called. But I absolutely still love her. I still watch the Cheetah Girls. It's my thing. But that was all I had bought from Five and Below. We are slowly making our way through the list. I think I've got Disney pins left, Disney merch, food, and then Walmart. So there shouldn't be too much left of the things that I bought. So before I get into the next bit, I just wanted to show something that I had bought. So one of the days we had gone to Hard Rock Cafe, and when you go in, they take your picture and then they come around and see if you want your pictures. We did end up taking our pictures. I took mine with my mum, but this is probably one of my absolute favourites. My mum got the guitar and I was just being me. But you do get a selection of photos. There is another photo here that we bought. You get the digital set. I can't remember how much I paid for this. I think it worked out to be $20 for everything. You get the digital set, the 2 big ones, and then you get 4 or 3? 3 other additional little ones, but there are other ones on the digital ones here as well. And then you get like a little photo frame for one of the smaller ones. So that was just something I wanted to add that we had picked up. I am trying to think what brand to go to next, and I think actually I'm going to start with the Disney pins. So this is why I brought this little plastic wallet, because this is all Disney pins. I think I have gone ever so slightly overboard. I think when I counted, I had 21 pins that I had bought. So I've got some from Universal, I have some from Disney, I picked up some from everywhere, basically. So I'll start with Universal's ones. So could not have this one. I didn't pick up any pins on the last trip. I hadn't started collecting them yet. It's only, I think, last year that I started collecting them. And it's become a very expensive hobby. But I picked up this Universal pin, which I thought was quite cute. And then I picked up, I'm a massive Harry Potter fan, which you would have seen in the vlog at the very beginning where I was completely dressed up in Slytherin. So I picked up this pin. This is something that I don't think we even have in the UK. I'd gone to the studios in December. I don't remember seeing it there. And then these are the crescents, and it has all houses, including the school crescent. But it's like mini ones, and I picked those up. Now, I think I can actually tell you the price of these. So the Universal one was $15. The Slytherin one was $9, and the 5 individual little pins were $17 for the pack. And then because we had gone to the Mardi Gras, I had picked up this pin, which is, I don't know what they call them. Is it a joker? I'm going to say it's a joker, but it picked up the Mardi Gras pin. It's quite a heavy pin and quite a big one actually. And it was $22. I don't remember what any of these are with the tax. So everything that I mention is without tax. And then trying to work out which I'll go for next. Right, so then we gone to the, like I said, we gone to the Hard Rock Cafe. So I picked up this pin from the Hard Rock Cafe. So I'm trying to show you without the light. But that is the pin that I picked up, which I thought was cute. And I think this one was $19.50. And then from there, I had picked up a couple of pins in Walmart, I want to say. I think these ones I got from Walmart. I could be absolutely wrong, but I think I picked up these ones from Walmart. And if it wasn't Walmart, it might have been Walgreens. But it was just this Disney, it's a Mickey, but it's got the American flag in there, which I thought was quite cute. And that was $5.99. And then I picked, one of my favourite Seven Dwarfs is Grumpy, because I think he represents me very well. Sometimes I can be a bit grumpy. This was $4.99, but I absolutely loved it. It's very cute. And then the other one I picked up from Walmart is, obviously I went in 2025 this year. So I picked up this 2025 pin, and it just has Mickey, Goofy, Pluto and Donald on there. But I thought that was a really cute pin. I'm hoping that you can see it. I think because I'm sitting by the window, it's a bit bright, but it's a very cute pin. And then, so I'm trying to make my way through all the pins. So I had visited a couple of the hotels. Now, I know that I can never always afford to stay at a Disney property. So my thing is that I collect pins from the hotels that I go and visit. So we had, I don't remember why we ended up going to the Contemporary. I want to say it's because we wanted to get a cab, or should I say a Lyft or an Uber. But I think at the transportation and ticketing centre, we just knew it was going to be really busy because it was at the end. So we took the monorail over to the Contemporary, and this is one of the pins that we had got. It's a very cute pin right here. Stopped the vlog there as I started coughing and couldn't stop. So the last pin I think I showed was the Contemporary, and then I'd also gone to the Port Orleans. Anyone that knows what the Port Orleans is about, and I went to the French Quarters, it's very much Tiana based. And I visited there before because that's where I tried the Mickey beignets. However, I didn't know there was a gift shop there, and we didn't get to go into the gift shop. So I had gone into Port Orleans, but what I absolutely love about this pin, this is what's at the front. And when you open it, it has Tiana right in the middle. And like I said, we all know I absolutely love Tiana, but I absolutely love this pin more than anything. And then from there, I have a selection of other pins. So 4 of the pins my mum had got me as a present to say thank you for the trip. And she picked me up 4 of the Tiana pins. So we've got the Tiana in a photo frame. And then we've got Tiana with Prince Naveen, Louis and Mama Odie. So then that's that one there. And then we've got Princess Tiana where she is, I guess, coming out into the restaurant where she's about to perform. And then we've got your standard Tiana in her dress. And then to add to that, I then bought myself the Tiana Princess crown. And then there was this one. I think I picked this one at the shop. I want to call it Critters Co-op or Co-op Critters. It's the one that's next door to the Tiana's Bayou ride. And it's got Mama Odie, Lottie, Prince Naveen, Louis, and I want to call him the Boogeyman because I think that's what he's called, but I can't remember his actual name. No, he's not called the Boogeyman. He's called Dr. Felicia. I think that's how you pronounce it. Don't know why I called him that, but basically that was the pin I got. It's quite a large pin, actually, if you look at it in comparison, but it is quite a large pin, quite nice. And that's where I got that one from. And then to sum up some of the other pins I got, so they've got the Disney pin trading, I think it's 25-year anniversary, and I picked up Minnie Mouse. They did have all of them, but really and truly, I just know that I didn't need the whole collection. So I picked up the mini one, and then I also did the Ratatouille ride, the Remy's Ratatouille Adventures, and I absolutely love Remy. So I picked up this one, and then lastly, I picked up the Magic Kingdom park pin. So I've only ever done Magic Kingdom and Epcot now. I've done Magic Kingdom more than once, but I have done Magic Kingdom and Epcot now. So I picked up that pin, and then this is the Epcot one that I have picked up. So I've got the two of them. And then when I go back to do the other parks next year, I will pick up the other two pins. And then I've got the orange bird because while we were there at Epcot, it was the Flower and Garden Festival. So those are all the pins that I have picked up. And now that I have shown them, and I can officially put them on my board, because there is a lot of pins. I just need to organize them now. I didn't unfortunately get pins. So I did want a pin that represented Florida in itself, but I couldn't find any. But then I also didn't go to any other shops other than Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, that kind of thing. So I guess that's maybe why I hadn't seen just pins for Florida in itself, but hopefully when I go back next year, I will find some. Right, so the next one we're going to show, we are coming down now. We are now at the Disney parks. So I have two separate bags full, and it's because I've separated them into different categories. I'll start with the easiest one first. So I just thought this was super hilarious because I didn't realize how much popcorn I had come home with, and I have a thing for popcorn. So from Disney, in the Epcot section, and I want to say that this was bought in Germany, I picked up the Werther's popcorn. But then I got home, or not home, but back to the hotel, and only realised that I picked up the caramel popcorn with hot honey. So I'm intrigued to taste this one and see what this is like. Actually, let's taste it while I'm on the camera with you guys, because I'm intrigued by the flavour of the fact that it says hot honey. Because in my head, hot equals chili. So let's see what this is like. Oh, there's lots of wrapping. I'm trying not to... Oh, and then I burst it. Yeah, that's what I was trying to avoid. But let's try this and see what it is like. Ah, and there it is. So yes, it is caramel. And you don't notice the taste at the beginning. But as you keep chewing, you will find that there is slight chili. It's like a bit of a peppery taste in there. But it isn't bad. I will eat it. It's not something that I probably would have picked up. But I think there was only two flavours, which was that and the chocolate one. And I'm not the biggest fan of popcorn and chocolate together. Not the biggest fan. I'll eat it, but it's not something I'll pick up. But obviously, like I said, I didn't read that properly. So I ended up with that. And then this one. So it's in this packaging. It's what I got in the park. And it is this one I picked up in Canada, which is the maple popcorn, maple syrup popcorn. And this was quite nice, but at the time I just couldn't finish it. So this is why it came home, and I did seal it and prop it up. So it should still be fine. And then the other popcorn that I bought, which I didn't want to eat at the time, simply because it was a lot of popcorn and we got back really late. But in Magic Kingdom, and if anybody's been on Magic Kingdom, if you go into the confectionery store, right at the back of it, there's like a make your own popcorn. And this is what I have here. So I got the butter popcorn with the white chocolate, pretzels and marshmallows. And that's what was here. And it's actually really nice. I just wanted to bring it home. I kind of wanted to savor it and not eat this one straight away. I will eat it eventually. It'll probably go this week. And then the other one that I had bought, which wasn't popcorn, but it was from the 𝐻𝐾 bit. And I think I bought this in Japan, which was the Pocky or Pokey, and it's the mint cream flavoured. And I couldn't find this any other store actually, but I bought this from there. And that was it in terms of like food of what I bought from Disney. Now, in terms of actual merch in itself, so I had got 2 ears. So the first ears I got was the beignet all day ones, and I picked this up in the French Quarters. It is a Loungefly one, so it has the little embellishment on the side. But if you ever do get a chance to go to the French Quarters and you are going soon or anything like that, please do smell these. They are scented and they smell absolutely amazing. They smell exactly like beignets. And I think that's what brought me to them, is the fact that they smell like beignets. And they are beignets and they're in Mickey shape. The other ones that I bought were the Tinkerbell ears. They were part of the new Tinkerbell collection. I think I mainly got them because I'm not the biggest fan of Tinkerbell. I do like her, and I simply like her just because I think she's got a bit of an attitude and she's very similar to me. But these are the Tinkerbell ones and I quite like them. They're very much like the Tiana colour, and I think that's why I liked them the most. It's because they are like that, but they're so very cute. They've got a nice little bow, very nice and fluffy and very soft as well. But those are the 2 ears. I did restrain myself from picking up so many ears because really and truly I have nowhere to put them. So I only came back with 2 sets of ears. But those this one I had bought in the World of Disney. And like I said, the other ones I bought at French Quarters. And they don't have the the beignet ones, they do not have anywhere else. I think I paid $34.99 for these ones. And because these are the Loungefly ones, I think these were $44.99. So I did restrain myself from buying any more. Then the other things I bought. So this one I had bought from, there's a little shop in Epcot next door to the Ratatouille bit. And I had bought little Remy. I thought he was really cute. And I think that's why I bought him. But I got it as a key ring because I was again trying to refrain from buying the ears. But he's so cute. He's very cute. And then I also picked up the little aliens. And this one is like your bag. I want to call it a buddy, sorry. And he's magnetic. So you literally open out his arms and he clips back and you can put him around your bag. I absolutely love the aliens from Toy Story. And I think that's why I got him. And I can't remember how much this was, but I feel like it was either $12.99 or $14.99. I got that one from the Emporium in Magic Kingdom. And then while I was at the World of Disney, I picked up a Pandora charm. Now, I had seen this on somebody's TikTok and thought this was absolutely cute. So it's a little charm. It's got Mickey there. And on the back of it, if I spin it around, it says 2025. And this is like my first ever proper Disney charm that I have bought from Disney itself. I'm hoping that you can see it if I push this in front of my face, but I'm hoping you can see it. But it's a very cute charm. And it's the first one that I'd ever bought in Disney. I do have a Disney charm and it was the Princess Tiana one. But this is the first time I've ever bought one. And I think this is probably going to be a new obsession of mine, is to keep buying charms. And then to move on, these I bought from, so I've got 2 t-shirts and I bought them from the Disney Character Warehouse in, I want to say it was the first outlet that I went to. So I want to say it's the Vineland one, which out of the 2, the Vineland one and the International one, the Vineland one is definitely better. And I think that's just because it's a bigger store. The other outlet, Disney store, I didn't buy anything from there. But I bought this t-shirt and it is a t-shirt that has all 4 parks on there. And I just thought this is really cute. I'm not the biggest pinky person, but when I see a nice pink, I will buy it. But I got this one. I can't remember how much I paid for. Oh, here we go. $14.99 this one was. And then I picked up this one. And this is obviously, again, because it's Princess Tiana. So it's the Bayou t-shirt that I have picked up from the Character Warehouse. And that one was $14.99 as well. So those were the two t-shirts that I bought. And then the last Disney thing that I had bought, I think I had bought this from the Character Warehouse as well. And it's covered in tissue paper, so you're going to have to bear with me. But it's this Donald cup. And I absolutely love Donald, but I think I like Angry Donald. But it's very cute. It's actually really large. It's a really large mug. Good to fit a nice cup of tea in. But that was all I had bought from Disney. I don't think I bought anything else from Disney. Nope, that was all I had got from Disney. I had very much restrained myself. But now we're about to get into the big boy of my shopping, because this is where I spent a whopping $200 in Walmart. So let's move on to that. For Walmart, I separated this into categories, like I said at the beginning. So I separated it into toiletries and then the food for the rest of it. So starting strong with the toiletries, I have picked up this mouthwash. I have never tried it, but I thought I'd give it a try and see what it was like. There was a lot of hype around this this mouthwash, so I thought I'd give this an absolute try. This, I don't know, I can't remember if I picked this up from Walmart or somewhere else, but it was the Dove whole body deodorant. So I just wanted to give this a try. It says that you can use it so I ended up with really bad chub rub on my trip, like the very first day in Universal. So hopefully this will work for my next trip. Then the other thing that I have absolute obsessions with is the Burt's Bees lip balm. Now it is cheaper in Walmart. They were $10 each. Whereas when I've gone to Walgreens, I think I saw them for $16.99 for the exact same 4-pack. Target were $13 again for the same 4-pack. So Walmart was definitely my cheaper range, but I've picked up 3 of these 4-packs. This one has the flavors pink, grapefruit, mango, coconut and pear, and pomegranate. Now I've tried the pomegranate before. I quite enjoyed that. Then they had this new one that I've never seen before, which is the the party pack. So this one has birthday cake, waffle cone, strawberry short, and cookies and cream. And that's that one. And then I think I picked up 2 of the same because I liked the scents in these and they didn't have many options. The other thing I then picked up was teeth whitening strips. I wanted to try these. I picked up the Zimba brand. I've heard quite a few different things about these, so I thought I'd try this one before I try any other brand. And that was, I think these were $19 for 14 strips. 14 treatments, 28 strips in total, sorry. Then I had picked up some melatonin. Sometimes I have trouble sleeping, so I won't get through this in a year, I doubt, because I try everything else before I have to start taking these. But this is the 10 milligram. In the UK, we literally have to get these prescribed, but in the USA, you can pick these up over the counter. The other thing I had picked up is this. So they have these cuticle oils. I had bought one last time, but this is a watermelon scent. And this was also a mini one. The last one I picked up was a large one. But I knew I was coming to get those as well. Then I picked up some ibuprofen. I think for a pack of 200, these were $4. If anybody's been to the UK, you will know that you could usually get, like a packet of 16 for £1. This was a pack of 200. I think there's 100 in each bottle. So I've got about 400 here, and that was about $4. And then I picked up these mini Advil ones. I just like the smallness of it, and it just means I can fit these into my bag and refill them. While I was on the trip, I had 2 of these. I did use 1 pack because I was suffering migraines most of my trip. So these came in handy. So this isn't from Bath & Body Works, but it's very similar. But this is one of their body creams. And I thought I would invest in one and just try it out and see what it was like. But I picked up this one from Walmart, and this was about $4. And this is in the scent Velvet Vanilla. So this is different. And if you suffer from acne, badly like I do, then this will probably come in handy. So I had gotten Differin from the chemist over here, and I got that prescribed, but it was only 1%. Did it work? Yes or no? At the time I was on Accutane, so the Accutane did majority of the work, and then they given me this as to help with any of the other spots that pop up. I suffer with back acne mainly, and I thought, let's try the 10% and see what this is like. And then, so I'll take out all this, but this is the toothpaste, which is the Crest 3D White. So I picked up this one, and I've got the mini versions of them, so now I can travel with them. But this was a 3-pack, and I think I paid $9 for the 3-pack. But I thought I'd give this a try just to see what it was like. There was a lot of hype around it, so we will give that a try and see how that is. I picked up this Burt Bees. It's one singular one, and I think it worked out to be $2. It's a tropical pineapple. I don't have this one, so I thought I'd give that a try as well. And then EOS shaving cream. I have used the Dove one over here, and it works really well, but I thought I'd give this one a try. It's one of their new ranges, and it's in the scent Vanilla Bliss. Now, if you couldn't tell, I absolutely love vanilla. But I thought I'd give this a try out of their range because I use their cream. I didn't pick up any this trip just because, again, no space in the suitcase. Another thing that I picked up, and if you have acne, again, like I do, this is probably one of the bar soaps that I would 100% recommend. So in my wash routine, I tend to use a bar soap, which is to cleanse, and then I will use a shower gel, which is to put the moisture back into my skin, because bar soaps can dry out skin really badly. I suffer with seborrheic dermatitis as well, so I 100% recommend this. It just keeps your body feeling fresh. It helps a lot. It's got antibacterial ingredients in there, but it just literally helps my back acne really, really well. So that is actually all my toiletries that I have bought. So I will move on to the sweet treats. So I'll start with the first bag. Before I do the sweet treats, actually, I did pick up a t-shirt in Walmart, and it was a Disney one. Now, you would have seen in the videos that I showed of all the Disney merch that you can pick up in Walmart. Well, this is one of them. So it's a grumpy t-shirt, and it just says nope, which basically sums me up really well. In terms of sweet treats, so again, running with the popcorn, we picked up this one. It is Oreo flavored. I have tried these before. They are very good, but they only had one packet, so this is why I ended up with just one packet left. Again, popcorn, because I picked up the wrong popcorn in Epcot, I have found the ones that I actually wanted to try, which were these ones. So these are just the caramel Werther's popcorn. So I picked that up, and I have already started munching on these. But so basically, if you can't eat popcorn because the kernels and the other bits stick in your teeth, then this is for you. So this is corn puffs, or puff corns as they call it, and it's in butter flavor. It is basically, how can I describe it? It's basically like popcorn, and it tastes like popcorn. It feels like popcorn, but without all the extra added bits inside the popcorn. These are great. I have eaten half the packet already, and brought the rest back home. The other things that I like buying is these chocolates. So I picked up 2 packets of these. These are the M&M pretzels. Now, we have something similar over here. And when I say similar, you usually get like the bars. They have some in Aldi, I think it is, and there's other shops that have them, but they have bars of chocolate with pretzels. Sometimes I don't want the whole bar. I just simply want pieces, and M&M's do that. But I've only ever seen them here. I think I picked up some in Mexico, but they were so much more expensive, but those are my favorite ones. And then I have picked these up, which is Hershey's Nuggets, and this is the milk chocolate with almonds. These are quite nice. If you haven't tried them, please try them. They're very nice. And then, sorry, I'm just going to have to move forward because everything's sitting in front of me. So I'm having to shimmy things forward because I've got loads of things. So this is something else that I've not tried this one. I've tried Ghirardelli's chocolates, but I'm not the biggest fan of the caramel on the inside. So I tried to find some where they didn't have that, and I found these ones, which are the Ghirardelli white chocolate sugar cookie. I've not tried these yet, so I will try them eventually. And then I've picked up some chewy Chips Ahoy. And these are the red velvet flavour. I did try these last night, but they're quite mini. They're very tiny. They're not big at all. Very tiny. But they're really, really good. I'm a big fan of red velvet, so they had to come home. And then a couple of other things that I thought I'd try. So they've got Jolly Ranchers, the gummies. I've not tried these yet. I can try them now and see what they're like. I like Jolly Ranchers in general, so I thought let's try the gummies. Oh, they're not big. I thought they were quite big, but I think there was some stuck together, so they're quite tiny. I got a red one. So I'm going to say that this is grape and watermelon. And I actually think I prefer the gummy more than I prefer the originals. The other Jolly Ranchers I've tried is the freeze-dried. The freeze-dried stuff, you don't get a lot in the pack at all. There is not a lot in these packs, but I won't try these now because there's a lot of sweets. But I've picked these up to try them. The other things I thought I'd try, which they're a bit squashed at the minute, is the goldfish. These are the pretzel versions. I've actually not tried the original. I have bought the original for one of my colleagues, but I've not tried them. But this is the pretzel version, so I will try these eventually. And then lastly, and the most important thing for me, was the Chick-fil-A sauce. I did not try Chick-fil-A this trip. I didn't have it at all, but I do love their sauce. So I couldn't just come home with one. I came home with two, and this is one of their bigger bottles. So I think this is 709 mils, and I bought two of them, which probably brought up my suitcase weight. But that concludes the haul, guys. That is everything that I have brought back. I have spent a lot of money, but I think if you go to the USA, it is bound to happen. But that concludes the haul and everything I have bought. So I will see you guys soon. See you later.